What is up, guys? Rob here at Bob Evans Classics. I got a full walkthrough of this 1965 Malibu, but before we get started, I need you to hit the subscribe button so you can watch us chase classic cars as we go out and buy all these classic cars, and you can watch how we sell them. We buy, we chase, we sell classic cars. Please hit the subscribe button. Let's get into the video. Guys, 1965 Chevy Malibu up for sale today. We're gonna do a full walkthrough of the vehicle, go over the good, the bad, and if there's any ugly, so you know exactly what you get. We're gonna go panel by panel, dent by dent, scratch by scratch. Guys, this thing's finished in a beautiful green color. It's got a V8 under the hood, 350. It's got a beautiful cam, it sounds amazing. And here's the kicker, it's paired with a not a 4-speed, but a 5-speed Tremec manual transmission. It's got a roll cage inside, it's got full interior. Look at this inside. Interior looks nice. Color's gorgeous. Look at this green. Beautiful car. Okay, let's go ahead and get started in our walkthrough like we normally do. We start with the paint test. We're going to come over here and take a look at the paint. We'll look at my reflection. I got Chris helping me today with the camera. As you can see me pretty good. You can see me waving in it. I would probably say the paint as far as clear coat and reflection, and look, you can see Chris right in it. You can see his reflection. I'm going to say reflection-wise is probably a 7.5, 8 out of 10. What stops it from being a 10, if you look up here, up on the trunk, you can see a little bit of waves in the paint. They didn't prep it great here. The rest of the car looks beautiful. Looking down this body line, paint looks good, real nice and straight. Let's take a look at this other body line over here, and we'll look down at the car. Body line looks nice and straight. So again, paint probably 7 out of 10, 7.5 out of 10. We'll give it our normal door test like we do. We're going to start very light. We're not going to shut it heavy. Before we do that, we'll look in the in the inside of the door. It looks like it's black, but I don't see any rust or rot, which is good. Give it a nice light, real light. We're going to go. We'll see how it shuts. Oh, it shut real good. I went super light with it. We'll try light again. Oh, and it shuts great. Looking at the gap in the door. Gap looks good. We're going to look at it head on. Looks nice and good. You see a little imperfection here. It looks like they had a previous little bit of body work that was done on the corner of the door. I'm guessing it had a bubble or something that happened here. But the door closes very well. Take a look at the rest of the door. Same thing down here. Got a little bubble right there. Nothing terrible. But the rest of the door sits good. It looks good. I don't see any flaws in that door. Moving on to the fender, driver's side fender. We got a little imperfection there. One over there. Let's look at it over from this angle. It looks good. I don't see any PDRs or anything like that. The rest of it looks good. Let's go take a look at the bottom of the fender near the door, see if there's any issues there. That looks clean, nothing there. Inside of the fender, this looks nice and clean up here. I don't see any rust or anything. Tire is about 10 out of 10. It looks like a brand new tire. You still got the little nipples on it from the tire, but it's pretty much new. Looking at the rim, the rallies, they look a little bit of wear right there. You can see in there as well. But the beauty ring looks good. This looks newer, and the cap looks newer. Let's move on. We'll look at the front end. Front end looks good. A little bit of wear in the bottom of the bumper. You can see here a little bit of pitting. As far as the hood, as you can see, the hood, I don't know when they sprayed it, what they did here, but you can see a little bit of haze in it. A nice wet sand on top of the hood would do this car justice. I think it would be nice. You also got to put the pins in. I do have those pins. And it's a fiberglass hood. See, it's not a metal hood. and we will pop it, but it sits nice. But you can see it's super light hood, and that's kind of probably why the waves came in, because they did not prep it right. But you can see the underneath, it's a full fiberglass hood. Okay, so let's go ahead and shut it. We'll look under the hood in a little bit. But the way it sits, let's close it. The hood on this side, you can see how large the gap is on that side. As opposed to this side, it's a little bit smaller. So the hood doesn't sit perfectly flush. And that, again, that's because it is a fiberglass hood. Moving on, we'll take a look at the passenger side fender. Passenger side fender looks good. Bottom of the fender looks good. I don't see anything there. Bottom of this side of the fender looks good. There's a couple little pieces of dirt, but that's nothing. Little chip right there. Rest of the paint looks good. Look, you can see my reflection real good in it. So I mean, there's definitely down the body lines, the paint looks beautiful. It's just up on top that it needs a little TLC there. This wheel and tire is new. I don't see any pitting or anything on the wheel itself like the other one had, and the tire's in just the same condition. Moving on to the passenger door. Looks like this needs to be replaced, a little bit of pitting there. Okay, this now, I had to press really hard to open it. Let's do it again. Okay, and we'll give it the shut test like we do normal. Now this did not shut as good. And actually something dropped out of it. What is this? Let's see. I don't know what this is from. We'll get rid of it. Again, we'll shut it. Did not shut good light. Same thing, so it's got a gap. Let's do medium now. Medium it shuts. So we don't have to slam it. But I'm going to tell you right now, it's probably the pin in the door. The door, it's not sagging or anything. Again, we'll go medium. Door shuts good. The gap over here in the door is nice and straight all the way. Little chip right there. Bottom of the door is good. Very minor imperfection with the door shutting. Gap looks good up here in the window. Up on the roof looks good. I don't see any dings, dents, chips, nothing like that. A little bit of dry rotting here in the seals. Moving on to the rear quarter. Quarter looks good. I don't see any body work or Bondo here, which sometimes you'll see big spots. I don't see that in it. Let's look down this body line. Over here it looks good. Nothing noticeable, which is good. Moving on to the rear, we do have this little kill switch right here. Bumper's got a little bit of wear. Also, the little pitting over here. Looking at the trunk. Trunk sits a little high right here, you can see. But let's take a look at this gap. The gap looks pretty even all the way down, the thickness of the gap. Similar to this side, again, it goes real nice. It gets a little high point right here. It's not terrible. I don't see any bubbling or anything. Now this, I will say, with the light hitting it this way, you can see like a little bit of gold in this paint, a little gold flake. You see that? So it's a nice green with a gold flake. Depending on how you look at it and the angle of the light, it's got a black and gold flake in it, which is pretty cool. Moving on to this wheel. Now these tires in the back are different. These tires, it looks like they're drag tires. They're a little bit thicker. It's a P, they're 3560 R15s. It looks like they're slicks. As you can see, the tread is different on the back tires. Wheels are good. This quarter looks good. Everything looks good. All right, guys, so overall, the outside of the car, I would say is definitely a solid looker. Couple small imperfections, nothing major. We're gonna climb under the car, then we'll look inside the car and then start it up, and we'll go from there. All right, guys, so we're looking at the frame rail. Frame rail looks good. Frame rail over here looks good. It all looks good. Floors underneath all look solid. Front floors look good. Exhaust is sitting nice. It looks clean underneath, for sure. Let's go look underneath the trunk. See if we get the same on that side. Okay. Rear end, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. It looks like it's a 12 bolt. And we do have a fuel cell. So on the other side of the trunk, there's a tank in there, a fuel cell. The rails look good. All that look good. It looks clean. I don't see any major flaws or anything crazy with it. Inside of the quarters, like back here, look good. So, all right. And same thing with this side. As you can see, rails look all good, all nice. Underneath the car, solid. Cool. Looks good. We'll take a look in the inside. Okay, so door panel, we're missing a little handle right here. The seats, I gotta get these. These are the pins, so I'll put these in the back. They're the pins for the hood, but seats are aftermarket. Seats look beautiful. Back seat matches, that's nice. Seats on both are very, very clean. You got this roll cage in here that they put. And let's see if it's all the way in. Yeah, it looks like it's bolted in. Dash pad looks good. And now you also have some aftermarket gauges. So this is all aftermarket. So it's showing 4,451 miles. And that's the miles the guy told us that it had when it was built. Don't know how accurate that is. Voltage meter, your RPMs here, oil pressure, fuel, water, fuel, if you want to hook up nitrous to it, and your trans temperature. Same thing there, missing that. Carpet looks good. Again, 5-speed. Headliner looks good. It's clean inside. Also got this. This is a lot of paperwork. Paperwork after paperwork after paperwork of everything that this car has had. A lot of work. It's got a nice cam in it. It sounds good. We have a couple gauges here for, I think we have the, you got to turn off the kill switch. Let's hit the kill switch. No. It was already on. I didn't just figure it. Oh, we're dead here. Yeah, no juice. The kill switch on or off? Sounds good. The cam sounds real nice in it. It's got some power. Let's check the turn signals, make sure everything's working. This is it, up for sale now, BobEvansClassics.com. Free shipping in the lower 48 US. I don't think this is gonna last long, to be honest with you. Now, I know people are gonna ask me, is this a true Malibu SS? Now, I will tell you, this is what the client told me. 137 car, 137. Now, I was under the assumption 138 cars were SS's. You can leave me a comment below what you think. He said this was a 137 car and it had the option of the SS trim. I thought the 65 138 cars were SS's. Let me know what you think, guys. Does he know more than me? Maybe you know more than me. Leave me a comment. But yeah, this is it, guys. Appreciate you checking out our page. God bless the USA. Let's go.